Here are 25 home hacks to turn your Christmas from drab to fab. Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Shannon from TheDailyDIYer.com, and we keep things very budget friendly around here, starting with a trip to Dollar Tree. These tapered candles have such a high-end look. I grabbed 3 of them. They look gorgeous paired with a brass candle holder. So once you get your candles put into your candle holder, here's my little tip and trick. Go ahead and light them and let them burn for about a minute before blowing them out. That is really going to give your candles more of a used look and a vintage look versus looking brand new. Old world style and vintage is definitely my style this holiday season, but let me know what your style is down in the comments below. I really wanted my garland to hang in front of my mantle this year instead of just sitting on top, so I found these really great command hooks, which I'll link down in the description box below. They were the perfect solution to this problem. So they just clip onto the top of your mantle. You go ahead and apply your garland onto the front with those little straps, as you can see here, and you put your greenery right in front of them and they basically disappear. You could get the same look by using some command style hooks from Dollar Tree and some string too. And I also wanted to give you this little tip too. Layer your garlands. I actually used 3 in this to really give me a full look and just sat them right on top. Those straps held them in place perfectly. Next, this is a great tip too. I've used this for years. These awesome command hooks that are clear from Dollar Tree are the perfect way to hang your stockings. If you've got some greenery on your mantle, you can just put them right underneath your garland and you'll never see those hooks. I also like to put my stockings on the hook and then press them down into place so all of my stockings hang at the same height. We're going to give this even more of a beautiful look, adding some of these gorgeous gold bells to kind of hang off the end, as well as some fairy lights. You can get fairy lights from Dollar Tree, very affordable, but these are too. They are a little bit more fancy as they also come with a remote. I love this because I can just easily turn them off and on. They also have different modes and settings and brightnesses. I will link those along with the bells and everything else you'll see in today's video down in the description box below. This next hack has been a complete game changer for me, and that is using gloves to fluff your Christmas tree. So my tree actually came with gloves this year, which is why it was the very first year I've ever used gloves to do this, but I will never do it again without gloves. And of course, like I said, my gloves came with my tree, but head to Dollar Tree, get some dish gloves, the taller ones that kind of go up to your elbows, and it is going to make it so much nicer to fluff your tree. You're not going to get any kind of scratches or any kind of pokes from the branches, and you can really get down into the center of the tree, do a lot of fluffing on the inside to really give your tree a full look. Now, this is not a Dollar Tree hack, but I had to mention this as I have used this for a couple years now, and these things sell out so fast, way before it's actually time to put your Christmas decor away. So I want to mention it now. These are awesome storage tote boxes or tote bags that you can get from Amazon. I'll link them down below for you. Again, another game changer for me. They come in different colors, and the amount of storage in these things is so much. I love them. There are pockets on the sides. There are pockets in the lid. There are trays that stack in the center to keep all of your ornaments organized or your delicate items organized. There's even spacers you can put in those little totes in the center. And then you also have adjustable Velcro organizers on both sides. It comes with straps to make it easy to carry, and the label on the front so that you can label them so you know exactly what tree or what room that decor goes to. So these totes are just too good to not mention. I wanted to at least pass that along to you if you're needing something like that. But let's move on to decorating our Christmas tree. And this is a great idea. Instead of using the metal hooks, grab some ribbon. I love textured ribbon, especially this velvet ribbon, and feed it through the top of your ornament before taking it to your tree and then tying it onto the branch. You just get that little extra bit of texture to your tree, and it gives it more of a fancy look. Don't double knot them. That way it's easy to remove those. You can leave the velvet ribbon on your ornaments and use them year after year. Now let's talk about making our home smell fabulous and cozy for Christmas. I absolutely love these scentsicles. And I also found this great ceramic ornament at Target that came with this vial of scent that you spray onto the ornament. And these both gave me great ideas that I wanted to share with you doing hacks with Dollar Tree items. So you can actually go to Dollar Tree and they have their own fragrance oils. They even have special ones for Christmas time. Pick your favorite and then grab these ceramic ornaments in the craft section at Dollar Tree. We're going to get the same effect here by just turning our ornament over to the back side and adding a couple drops of our essential oil or your fragrance oil. Let it kind of soak down into the ceramic and flip it back over. You can still paint the front if you want. That way you still have the open pores of the ceramic on the back that you can continue adding oil to as it sort of starts to wear off. Or you can leave them plain. Definitely looks cute just hanging on the tree as is too. This is such a great bargain and find at Dollar Tree. They are their Aroma Diffusers, and they're only $1.25. They take 2 AAA batteries. The bottom twists off, and then there's a little compartment in there. You take those apart. It also comes with 2 felt discs, and we're going to take one of those, put it on the bottom, and then sandwich it inside the other cage that goes on top. And then you'll go ahead and it says to add 4 to 5 drops of your essential oil. So you just drop that right onto your felt pads and then twist the bottom back on to the diffuser. And then there's a little button on the front that will turn it off and on. You can tuck this into a corner of anywhere in your home where you want an extra little bit of Christmas scent and coziness. Dollar Tree also has an amazing selection of wax melts year-round, but of course during the holidays they have some really nice holiday scented ones like pomegranate and gingerbread, and pine is my absolute favorite, so that is the one that I chose. And I like to use these in our bathroom in our wax melter, but you can also find wax melter ceramic holders that use a tea light at Dollar Tree too, so a great bargain and pairing. For this idea, you're going to need a lidded mason jar, which you can find at Dollar Tree. We're going to make sort of a great gift idea slash old world, really traditional potpourri scent for your home. So I'm kind of doing 2 in 1 here. You can also find some more fancy mason jars at places like Home Goods. This one was only $2.99. I really liked the gold look on this. It just gives it a little bit of a fancy look for not much more in cost. To make this potpourri, we need some fresh cranberries, cloves, oranges. You're also going to need some rosemary and some cinnamon sticks, or you can kind of create your own depending on your favorite scents. This is kind of more of a traditional recipe. We're going to put those cranberries in the bottom of the mason jars. Then you'll take an orange and put it in there. You can also use some dried oranges here. Those will keep a little bit longer as well. I just cut those in half and put them in the smaller jar. And next we're going to add some of those cloves on top. Just sprinkle those right in there. Next are the cinnamon sticks. Again, we're going to cut those in half as well to make them fit. And then you can just tuck a little bit of rosemary in the jars as well. That's really going to give this a Christmas tree look with the red and the green. I do have a free printable for you if you want to give these as gifts. So you will just head up to the corner there and scan the QR code, or I will have it linked down in the description box below. Print these off on some regular white cardstock and then cut them out. We're also going to kind of turn these into tags, or you can kind of create an oval shape depending on the look that you're going for. I'm going to cut the corners off of mine so this looks like a tag. Use a hole punch a hole into it, and then we're going to use some twine to attach it onto the lid. So these do make really great gift ideas, of course, but this is also another great way to make several of these at one time and then store them in your refrigerator until you're ready to use them on the stove. I also wanted to show you how to actually use this potpourri. You're going to turn your stove onto a very low setting, put a pot of water onto the stove, fill it up at least halfway. More is better. The longer, or the more water in there, the longer it is going to boil for you. Add all of your ingredients into the water and bring it to a very, very low simmer. And that is going to release all of the beautiful scents into your home. And it just gives you such a cozy Christmas scent and feel and smell. So I shared this in my last video, which was the clear ornament hacks video, which I'll link at the end of this one if you want to go back and watch it. But I wanted to share it again in case you missed it, because this is a great entertaining hack. You're going to need some stemless wine glasses, which I got for super duper cheap at Walmart, and I'll link them down below for you. Fill them with ice. You're going to need some cranberries and some cranberry juice, along with some clear ornaments. Now, I would suggest using some glass ornaments versus the plastic ones at Dollar Tree, but it's up to you. If you feel comfortable using plastic, go right ahead. We're going to add some of those fresh cranberries into our glasses, along with a little sprig of some rosemary. You'll take your ornaments, set them right on top of your glasses, and then we're gonna need a funnel. We're gonna put whatever kind of beverage you want into the ornaments. I'm gonna be using some regular cranberry juice, but you could do a wine, you could do a cocktail, you could do a cider, a sparkling cider, whatever works for you and your entertaining party. So just fill them up about halfway or so and kind of tilt the opening off to the side. This just makes a really beautiful look and display for your party guests once they arrive. Once you're ready to serve the drinks, your guests can just easily pour their drink right into the glass and set the ornament right on top until it's empty. I love this too because you can reuse your ornaments year after year or occasion after occasion for this fun hack. Here's an easy way to hang your wreaths without using any kind of adhesive. This one is definitely going to be one you're going to need a double hung window for. So I just took some ribbon and I fed it through the wreath, and then we're going to pull down the top part of our windows and place the ribbon inside. We're basically just going to sandwich the ribbon between the frame and the window itself. You just want to really make sure you are super duper pushing up on your window so it creates a really good seal. Go ahead, relock your window, and it is set and ready to go. And I have to say, yes, I do decorate my bathroom too. Do you decorate your bathroom for Christmas time? Let me know down in the comments below. We don't do a lot, but just added a few touches here and there to give it a cozy Christmas feel. These paper snowflakes were such a viral hack last year. I want to bring them back because I'm seeing them come back again this year. You're going to need 10 paper bags, which you can get from Dollar Tree. And I'm using a marker here just to show you specifically where I'm going to be applying some hot glue for reference. So straight down the middle and just along the bottom edge of the closed end of your lunch bag is where we're going to take some hot glue and just simply run it right down the middle and along that bottom fold. And then we're going to layer 10 of these paper bags, one on top of each other, until we get all of them glued together. Now let's give this snowflake some style. Take some heavy duty scissors and cut off the corner so you have a point at the top in the center. And then we are going to just open this and fan this apart and around into a circle, taking both opposite sides and pulling them until they meet on the other side. You're gonna need some hot glue here the same way to attach these together. So this is just a very simple and basic one, but you can get as fancy with your designs of your snowflakes as you want. This one, we are going to cut the corners off the same we did with the last one to make a point in the center. And we're also going to round out the sides and create some half circles. That's really going to give us some extra style. So same thing here. Once we get those cut, we are going to then take those two opposite pieces, pull them into the center, and then glue them together to create our snowflake. This one turned out really pretty, but I want to give you one more idea. We're going to cut a much more deeper, pointier V at the top of this one, and then cut out some triangles on the sides instead of half circles. And as you'll see, this will give you a totally different look than the first two. And it's so fun to kind of play with designs, open it up, and see your finished snowflake. So how do we hang these snowflakes? We're going to take a hole punch, and one of the points, we're just going to pop a hole in there and then use some string, and you can hang your snowflakes from the string. And here is a look at all three of those very different but very similar created snowflakes. They look so pretty paired together. You could even do colored lunch bags if you wanted to get a variation in color. Much like the potpourri, this is a very traditional DIY during Christmas time. I definitely want to throw this in here. Me and my son just made this the other day together too. It's a fun tradition. We're gonna make some cinnamon dough ornaments. So you're gonna need some ground cinnamon, and you're also gonna need some spices and some applesauce. So we're gonna start with the cinnamon first. You're gonna need quite a bit, a whole cup of cinnamon. You can get it very affordably at Dollar Tree. You're gonna need 2 teaspoons of ground cloves, and also 2 teaspoons of nutmeg. It's really going to give you a fabulous, warm, cozy smell. Then you're going to need about 3/4 cup of applesauce, but you can also add more applesauce to your mixture as needed if you need more moisture, which I did here. You can see it's pretty flaky, kind of powdery. You don't want that. We want this to look like dough. So very carefully just add a little bit of applesauce as you go until you have that dough consistency. Instead of flour, we're going to take our cinnamon and kind of sprinkle some down onto our countertop and put your dough onto that so it doesn't stick so much to your counter. We're going to do this just like you would regular sugar cookies, and we're going to roll out our dough. It also helps to put some cinnamon on the top of your dough and on your rolling pin. Roll out your dough and use some cookie cutters to cut out your shapes. You can find cookie cutters at Dollar Tree, or you could just use a knife and get creative and hand cut out your own designs. If you're going to be hanging these up on your Christmas tree as ornaments, take a straw and don't forget to poke some holes in the tops of your dough to leave a space for string or ribbon. Once you have all of your shapes cut out, we're gonna head into the kitchen and add these to our oven, which is at 200 degrees. We're gonna bake these for 2 hours, but definitely check on them if they aren't quite completely hardened all the way. Just add 5 minutes and check on them about every 5 minutes until they are finished. And here they are all decorated. I just used some puffy paint for this. My son and I this year decided not to decorate ours. We just left them plain, so you can do that too. And then once they're dry, you can add some string or some ribbon to those holes and hang them on your Christmas tree. I love it because you can keep these. These are great. Just put them in a Ziploc bag. You can use these year after year and they still smell. And if you want to add even more scent after the first year, you can add some essential oil to these too. These also look great on a coffee bar or a hot cocoa bar. If you don't put the holes in them, they look just like real cookies. I love to add ribbon to my presents, but ribbon seems to just go flying everywhere, so I found a really easy hack to kind of contain it all with the help of a paper towel holder from Dollar Tree. So all you have to do is just take your ribbon. Sometimes you have to cut a little bit bigger of a hole into the cardboard part of your ribbon so that it will slide down onto the paper towel hole, or you can just completely take the cardboard off altogether and then it will actually spin on your paper towel holder, and you have a nice little stand to keep everything organized. Another tip is to use some painter's tape. If you have all your ribbon kind of falling off the roll, some painter's tape will keep it in place for you and it won't damage your ribbon. Next, I have a couple ideas of using some paper towel rolls. We're going to cut this one in half and cut it up the side. It's a perfect way to contain and keep your wrapping paper rolls from coming undone. A little painter's tape helps with that too. You can also make some really affordable little treat pillow pockets by folding the sides in to create some points on the end, but it also closes up the bottom. And then the other end, you'll actually just insert your candy, your treats, your gifts, and then fold in the sides again so you get points on the same sides. Makes a cute little pocket. And then we're going to add some wrapping paper here to really dress it up. Just wrapping it around the center and then adding some ribbon to hold it all together. I love this little contraption. I have used it for years. My friend Megan over at Glue Guns and Roses had told me about it. I'm so glad she did, because it has made gift wrapping so much easier, and it's great because it swivels, so you can use it if you're a lefty or a righty. You just simply clip it down onto your table. You can fold your gifts and one-handed tear off a piece of tape and use it. I love it for crafting and I love it for gift wrapping. And I will definitely make sure to link this little guy down in the description box below for you as well. Now, how do you hang a wreath on your door without a wreath hanger and instead of having a command hook staring you in the face when you walk up to your door? It's super easy. You can use the command style hooks from Dollar Tree too. This one, I am just going to remove my blinds from the back of the door. You may not have to do this. And then we're going to apply our command hook upside down. So instead of this way, we're actually going to flip it this way and then just apply that to the door. Then add plenty of extra ribbon over the top of your wreath and hang it over the top of your door. And we're going to flip it to the back side, the inside of the door, and just tie a couple knots underneath the command hook. Trim off any excess, put your blinds back up if you have them, and we have a covered command hook on the back side and a really nice hanging wreath on the front. Now you can use plastic hangers from Dollar Tree for this next hack, or I really like these metal ones from Walmart. They're only $1.44 for a 10-pack. And if you struggle with knots in your lights, whenever you go to take them out year after year, adding them onto a hanger for storage is a great way for them to all come off without any kind of knots or tangles the next year. Super easy to throw them on there, twist them on there, and put them in a box till next year. Speaking of next year, here's another great tip. Once you go to pack up all of your Christmas decor this year, once you get it in the box, you can either take a picture of the box itself with everything in it, or another great idea is to lay it all out and then take a picture. That way you see everything individually. And then what you'll do is on the picture in your phone, you can just swipe up and there will be a spot where you can add a note. And on that note, I like to put the number of box that I label my box as. So in this case, it's going to be box 1, and then you'll just put a label on the front of your tote box that says box 1, and then make a folder of your organized boxes. So the next year, when you go to look for something, you know where it's at.
Around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing, just you and me.
I love reusable gift wrap, so this doesn't go in the garbage. It is a sustainable idea that you can use year after year, and these are actually pillowcases. They have zippers on them, so it makes it nice. But you can also add some ribbon to the top of these to dress them up. They're their own little contained gift bags that you can add your gifts to and use year after year. This is another idea that I have used for years. You just need a paper plate, some ribbon, and some scissors to create a very affordable little treat box to put your goodies in to give as gifts. So we're going to take our paper plate and we are going to cut towards the middle every 90 degrees. So you'll have 4 cuts in your plate once you work your way around.
Been jolly eating Christmas cake, and then we go skating on the frozen.
Now it makes it a little bit easier here if you have a stapler. We are going to pull up on one of the tabs here, and the one next to it on the right, we are going to pull up and down so that way it is flat on the bottom where the cut is. At this point, you'll take your stapler and just staple that together so it stays, and continue to work your way around the plate, pulling the one next to it flat on the bottom and adding a staple. Then here you can add some tissue paper, or you can add some parchment paper, whatever works best for you. Put it into your little pouch, grab out your cookies, and fill your goodie box with the cookies or your baked goods, and you have a cute little gift box to give that is also practical. One extra little thing you can do is tie some ribbon around it to dress it up. Here's a great tip if you want to hang things on your walls, but you don't want to damage your walls. Here we go with our painter's tape again. We're also going to use some hot glue. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our painter's tape, put it on the wall where we want it, and then we're going to take our hot glue and put a little dot onto the painter's tape, and then put our little item onto the painter's tape where the glue is, and it will stay and hold. The great thing here is once it's time to remove these items off the wall, you can pull them right off, and it's not going to take the wall or the paint with it. I hope you enjoyed these 25 Christmas home hacks. Let me know which one you'll be trying down in the comments below. I want to thank you for joining me today. I also have that clear ornaments video popping up on your screen. Go ahead, click that, head over and watch that next, and I will see you over there. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a creative day.